Today, just for fun, we're counting down 15 of nature's most bizarre botanical creations. We'll uncover the secrets behind their strange looks and unsettling habits, from the heart of the thickest rainforests to the driest deserts on Earth. And for you adventurous gardeners out there, we'll even see which of these natural wonders you might be able to grow at home. Number 1. The corpse flower. Kicking off our list is a plant that holds a truly massive title, Welwitschia Mirabilis, the largest single flower on the planet. Hiding out in the rainforests of Sumatra and Borneo, this extraordinary plant is one that breaks all of the rules. It has no leaves, no stem, and no roots you can see. Instead, it lives as a parasite, threaded inside a specific jungle vine, staying completely hidden until it's ready for its big reveal. And what a reveal it is! The flower can grow up to a meter across and weigh a shocking 11 kilograms. But its size isn't the most infamous thing about it. Its nickname, the corpse flower, comes from the overwhelming stench of rotting meat it unleashes to attract its favorite pollinators, carrion flies. This grotesque perfume is a brief spectacle, as the bloom only lasts for a few days before it withers away. So, for all the gardeners wondering if you can add this beast to your collection, the answer is a hard no. Because it's a total parasite, Welwitschia Mirabilis has proven impossible to grow outside of its native home, making a run-in with it in the wild a truly rare and very pungent privilege. Number 2. The Titan Arum. Speaking of gruesome nicknames, our next plant also goes by the name corpse flower, but it's a totally different beast. While Welwitschia is the largest single flower, the Amorphophallus titanum has the world's largest unbranched inflorescence. A gigantic flower structure that can rocket up to 3 meters or 10 feet into the air. And for those of you who might be asking, an inflorescence is a group or cluster of flowers arranged on a plant stem. The yellow things in the center of your arum lily blooms are inflorescences, for example. Native to the rainforests of Sumatra, this freaky plant can spend over a decade just storing up energy in its massive underground corm, a sort of tuber, which can weigh up to 90 kilograms. When it's finally ready, it shoots up its monstrous bloom for a fleeting 24 to 48 hours. Just like Welwitschia, it uses a grim strategy to attract pollinators. The deep red interior of its spathe mimics the color of flesh, and through a process called thermogenesis, the plant actually heats itself to human body temperature. This helps vaporize its signature perfume of death and decay, luring flesh flies and carrion beetles from all over the forest. Unlike Welwitschia, the Titan Arum can be grown by very dedicated gardeners. It needs a heated greenhouse, rich soil, tons of humidity, and a whole lot of patience, as it takes long naps between its rare, spectacular, and stinky appearances. Number 3. The Dragon's Blood Tree. Let's now journey to the remote Socotra archipelago, a part of Yemen in the Arabian Sea, where the landscape looks like it's been pulled from a sci-fi movie. The star of this alien-like terrain is the dragon's blood tree, Dracaena cinnabari. Its strange, umbrella-like shape is a masterclass in adaptation. The dense, upturned canopy is perfectly designed to catch moisture from the island's mists, funneling every drop of water down its trunk to its roots in the dry soil. But the tree's most mythical feature is revealed only when it's injured. Cut the bark, and it bleeds a deep red resin, which is how it got its legendary name. According to ancient myths, the very first tree sprouted from the blood of a dragon that was wounded fighting an elephant. For centuries, this resin, known as dragon's blood, was a precious commodity used by ancient Romans as paint, dye, and even medicine. Today, it's still used to varnish violins and in traditional remedies. Many of you may know it as a rich incense with some very resonant notes. For gardeners in warm, dry climates, the dragon's blood tree can be a stunning, if slow-growing, feature. Grown from seed, these living sculptures are a connection to the ancient world and a real testament to nature's resilience. Number 4. The Giant Waterlily. Floating peacefully on the backwaters of the Amazon River is a true botanical queen. The giant water lily, Victoria amazonica, named after Queen Victoria because, well, why wouldn't you? This plant is famous for its huge leaves, or pads, which can stretch up to 3 meters, or nearly 10 feet, across. These pads are incredibly strong, thanks to a ribbed structure on their underside, and can easily hold the weight of a small child. But the lily's wonders don't stop there. It has a fascinating 48-hour flower-changing ritual. On the first night, a beautiful white flower opens, releasing a sweet scent to attract scarab beetles. As the beetles feast, the flower traps them inside for the day whilst it remains closed. During its time closed, the flower transforms, switching from female to male and turning a lovely pinkish purple. On the second night, it reopens, releasing the pollen-covered beetles to fly off and pollinate another new, white flower, ensuring cross-pollination. For those with enough space, a giant water lily is the ultimate water garden showstopper, but it's an expansive commitment. It needs a large, still pond with warm water, but its spectacular leaves and magical flowering cycle make it an unforgettable sight. Number 5. The giant pitcher plant. Lurking in the remote mountains of the Philippines is a plant with a huge appetite. Nepenthes attenborough, named for the legendary naturalist David Attenborough, is a carnivorous pitcher plant of terrifying size. Its pitchers, which are actually modified leaves, can grow up to 30 centimeters long, large enough to trap not just insects, but also unlucky rodents and small lizards. The plant uses a combo of sweet nectar and bright colors to lure its victims to its slippery rim. Once an animal falls in, there's almost no escape. The waxy walls offer no grip, and the bottom of the pitcher holds a pool of digestive fluid, a thick soup of enzymes that slowly dissolves the prey. This provides the plant with key nutrients that are missing in the poor mountain soil. This species was only officially described in 2009, making it a fairly recent and also quite startling discovery. For the adventurous gardener, various types of Nepenthes can be grown, though they're pretty high maintenance. They need a high-humidity terrarium with lots of bright, indirect light, and must be watered with distilled or filtered rainwater. Feeding them live insects or fish food flakes will satisfy their carnivorous side, turning your home into a miniature, if slightly morbid, jungle. Charge admission. Number 6. The Wollemi Pine. Imagine finding a living dinosaur in your backyard. That's pretty much what happened in 1994 when a park ranger in Australia's Blue Mountains stumbled upon a grove of trees that were previously only known from 90-million-year-old fossils. This was the Wollemi Pine, Welwitschia Mirabilis, a true, living fossil that was thought to have vanished over 2 million years ago. This ancient tree has a very unique look, with dark green, almost fern-like foliage and bizarre, bubbly bark that resembles melting chocolate. In the wild, fewer than 100 adult trees are known to exist, and their location is a closely guarded secret to protect them. The discovery was so huge that the first scientists studied the trees from a helicopter to avoid contaminating the area. Amazingly, a global effort was launched to propagate the species and ensure its survival. Today, you too can grow a Wollemi pine in your own garden. They are super tough, handling temperatures from -5 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius. You can grow them in a pot or in the ground, as long as they have well-drained soil and a bit of sun. Owning a Wollemi pine is more than just gardening. It's like being a custodian for a prehistoric life form. Number 7. The Welwitschia Mirabilis. In the bone-dry Namib Desert, one of the driest places on Earth, lives a plant that seems to laugh in the face of biology, Welwitschia Mirabilis. This plant is a true original and a champion of endurance. It's made up of a short, woody stem, a long taproot, and just 2 leaves. But these are no ordinary leaves. They are the only 2 the plant will ever grow, and they keep growing for the plant's entire life, which can be over 1,500 years. In fact, some ancient specimens are estimated to be as much as 2,000 years old. Over centuries, the harsh desert winds shred these 2 leaves into a tangled, ribbon-like mess, making it look like a pile of dead plant matter. The leaves themselves are the longest lived in the entire plant kingdom. Welwitschia survives by absorbing moisture from the coastal fog that rolls in from the Atlantic. It was once believed the leaves soaked up the fog directly, but it's now thought the fog condenses and drips down to water the plant's roots. Growing Welwitschia is a serious challenge and really best left to experts who have the passion and patience. It needs an arid greenhouse. I mean, really. What even is that? Gravelly soil and very little water to mimic its harsh desert home. Welwitschia is a symbol of ultimate resilience, a plant that has mastered the art of living on almost nothing. Number 8. The dancing plant. Have you ever seen a plant bust a move? A sexy planty move? Meet Eucalyptus motorius, also known as the telegraph plant or simply the dancing plant. This humble shrub from Southeast Asia has a very cool trick. Its small leaflets move in jerky, circular motions that are fast enough to see with the naked eye. They twitch and rotate, as if they're dancing to a silent beat. This movement isn't just for show or attracting a mate, like its birds of paradise friends do it. It's a clever way to find more sunlight. The little leaflets act like solar panels, sampling the light and repositioning the main leaf to get the best exposure for photosynthesis. This constant tweaking allows the plant to thrive in the dim, dappled light of the forest floor. Its dancing is powered by special joints at the base of the leaves called pulvini, which cause the motion by swelling and shrinking as water moves between cells. It's a botanical ballet powered by cellular hydraulics. The good news for curious gardeners is that the dancing plant is surprisingly easy to grow as a houseplant. Just pot it in peat-based soil and find a spot with bright, indirect light. And no, playing music won't make it dance faster, but interestingly, the warmth and vibrations from sound can sometimes give its movement a little boost. It's an interactive plant that's always fun to watch. Number 9. The resurrection plant. From the Chihuahuan Desert of Mexico in the US comes a plant that seems to have unlocked the secret to eternal life, Selaginella lepidophylla, known as the resurrection plant. During dry spells, this fern-like plant does something dramatic. It curls its fronds inward, forming a tight, brown, lifeless-looking ball to save every last bit of moisture. In this dormant state, it can lose up to 95% of its water and survive for years, looking completely dead. It can even detach from its roots and become a tumbleweed, rolling across the desert until it finds water. But when it finally gets a drink, the magic happens. In just a few hours, the dry ball unfurls, its parched brown leaves turning a vibrant green as it seemingly comes back to life and starts photosynthesizing again. This incredible ability is thanks to a special sugar called trehalose, which protects its cells from damage during extreme dehydration. The resurrection plant is a popular novelty item and a fantastic, low-maintenance choice for even the most forgetful gardener. You just place the dry ball in a shallow dish of water and watch it revive. To keep it healthy, it's best to let it dry out completely every couple of weeks before giving it another soak. Number 10. The Baobab Tree. Standing like ancient sentinels on the African savannas, the Baobab Tree is a true icon of the continent. Often called the Tree of Life, and scientifically known as Adansonia digitata, these giants are wrapped in legend and lore. Many African cultures tell a story of the tree being tossed out of paradise and landing upside down, its root-like branches trying to reach back to the sky. The baobab's most obvious feature is its massive, swollen trunk, which can store up to 120,000 liters of water to get through the long dry season. Think of that. 120,000 liters, or about 32,000 gallons, making it the largest succulent plant in the world. Yes, that's right, it's a succulent. These trees live for an incredibly long time, with some estimated to be over 2,000 years old. Their enormous, hollowed-out trunks have been used as homes, shelters, shops, and even bars. The tree is a cornerstone of its ecosystem, providing food, water, and shelter for countless animals. Its fruit is a superfood loaded with vitamin C, and its bark and leaves are used in traditional medicine. For gardeners in warm, dry climates, young baobabs can be grown in large, deep pots as a fantastic patio plant. Their unique shape and cultural weight make them more than just a tree. They're a living piece of African heritage. Number 11. The Queen of the Andes. High in the Andes Mountains of Peru and Bolivia, at altitudes over 4,000 meters, grows a plant of monumental scale, Puya raymondii, the Queen of the Andes. This is the world's largest species of bromeliad, the same family as the pineapple. For most of its life, which can be 80 to 100 years, it's just a massive, spiky ball of leaves on the ground. But then, for one final, spectacular show, it does something unbelievable. It sends up the tallest flower spike in the world, a colossal spear that can reach up to 15 meters or 50 feet into the sky. This gigantic structure is covered in thousands of individual flowers, indeed a florescence, that produce millions of seeds in one massive reproductive burst. This is known as monocarpic reproduction. It flowers only once in its long life, and then, its purpose fulfilled, it dies. It's a go big or go home strategy that makes its rare flowering a once-in-a-century event. Given its size and very specific high-altitude needs, this isn't a plant for your home garden. However, some hardy plant enthusiasts grow the non-flowering rosettes for their dramatic, spiky look. A living sculpture that holds the promise of a truly epic and fatal grand finale. Number 12. The Rainbow Eucalyptus. Imagine a tree painted by an impressionist artist. That's what it's like to see the Rainbow Eucalyptus, Eucalyptus deglupta. Native to the rainforests of the Philippines, Indonesia, and Papua New Guinea, this is the only eucalyptus species that grows naturally in the northern hemisphere. What makes this tree so incredible is its bark. It constantly sheds thin layers, revealing the bright green inner bark underneath. This new layer then matures and slowly shifts through a stunning range of colors, from green to blue, purple, orange, and finally a deep maroon. Because different parts of the trunk are shedding at different times, the tree is always covered in a vibrant, multicolored pattern of vertical stripes. No two trees are alike. Each one is a unique, living piece of abstract art. It's also a fast-growing tree, shooting up to heights of over 70 meters or 230 feet in its native habitat. For gardeners lucky enough to live in a subtropical or tropical climate, the rainbow eucalyptus can be a magnificent, if very large, addition to the landscape. It needs moist soil and plenty of sun to show off its stunning, ever-changing colors. However, and fair enough really, it has been noted that its fabulous colors really only come forth in its natural habitat. Number 13. The parrot's beak. Draping elegantly from hanging baskets and spilling over rock walls, the parrot's beak, or Lotus bertholodii, is a plant that combines delicate foliage with fiery, exotic flowers. Native to the Canary Islands, this tender perennial is now in a precarious position. It is considered by many to be extinct in the wild, or at the very least, clinging to existence with just a few individuals left. Its rarity in its native habitat only adds to its appeal. The plant has soft, silvery gray, needle-like leaves that trail beautifully, but its real claim to fame is its stunning flowers. The vibrant, crimson-red blossoms are shaped exactly like a parrot's beak, an incredible example of specialized evolution. It was long thought that these flowers evolved to be pollinated by a species of sunbird that has since gone extinct, which would explain the plant's decline. However, recent research suggests other, more common birds might also be able to pollinate them. Luckily, the parrot's beak is widely cultivated and makes a gorgeous ornamental plant. It loves full sun and well-drained soil and is perfect for hanging baskets where its trailing leaves and beak-shaped flowers can really shine. It's a beautiful, but also poignant, reminder of the fragile dance between a plant and its pollinator. Number 14. Wood cycad. Our next-to-last plant tells a story of incredible loneliness. Meet Encephalartos woodii, often called the loneliest plant in the world. Discovered in South Africa in 1895, only a single specimen of this cycad was ever found in the wild, and it was a male. Despite extensive searching, a female of the species has never been found, and the plant is now considered extinct in its natural habitat. That original male plant was taken and cultivated, and every single Encephalartos woodii on Earth today is a clone, a vegetative offshoot of that one individual. This means every plant is male, making natural reproduction impossible. It's a magnificent plant, with handsome, palm-like fronds and a stout trunk. But without a female, it's a genetic dead end, a species surviving on life support, propagated only by human hands. It's a hauntingly beautiful relic, a king without a queen, holding on as the very last of its kind. As you can imagine, wood cycad is an extremely rare and sought-after collector's item. For the truly dedicated cycad enthusiast, getting a clone is possible, but it comes with the heavy responsibility of caring for a piece of botanical history that is forever on the verge of true extinction. Number 15. The blackbat flower. Our final plant looks like it flew straight out of a horror movie. The black bat flower, Tacca chantrieri, is an unforgettable plant from the tropical rainforests of Southeast Asia. What look like its petals are actually large, modified leaves called bracts. They're a deep, velvety purple-black and spread out like the wings of a bat in flight. From the center of these wings hangs a cluster of the real flowers. But the plant's most dramatic feature is its long, thread-like bracteoles, which dangle down like whiskers and can reach over 2 feet in length. The whole thing is a freaky masterpiece of dark, botanical drama. Its strange appearance isn't just for shock value. The dark color and a faint, musty scent are thought to attract its pollinators. Tiny, gothic flies that live in the dimly lit forest. In some cultures, it's a symbol of mystery, while in others, it's considered good luck. And the flies aren't gothic, we just added that in for the lulz. For gardeners who like to walk on the darker side of botany, the black bat flower can be grown as a spectacular houseplant or in a greenhouse. It needs high humidity, warm temperatures, and well-draining soil, much like an orchid. It doesn't like direct sun and prefers the dappled light of its native forest floor. A fussy hoe to be quite honest, but with the right care, it will reward you with its sinister, bat-like blooms. A true conversation starter for any plant collection. From the putrid perfume of the corpse flower to the immortal leaves of the Welwitschia and the lonely life of wood cycad, we've explored the outer limits of the plant kingdom. These 15 species show that nature's creativity has no limits, crafting organisms that are bizarre, brilliant, and breathtakingly strange.